Hello and good morning. I came across a situation that I needed to figure out in Jupiter Ed, and I thought I would share it with everybody else because I know it's going to come up. Sometimes we have students who miss and we need to set something online for them individually, like a student who's going to be out of town and they need the test for that day put online just for them, but we don't want the other students to have access to it. So here's how we do that. Within whatever class it is, like for instance, in Algebra 2, I have Sonia Mayberry, who's going to be out of town on the 26th. On the 26th, we're going to have a test in class. So what I'll do is I will go to new assignment, and I will create the test, and I'll put it on the due date, and that's going to be on the 26th. And I'm going to set the category to test, and let me see, I'm going to click independent study. And what that does is when it's independent study, it will only show up for a student that where you have a comment. So I'm going to put the comment here for Sonia Mayberry. Here is Thursday's test. Please complete it by the 26th. So she has access to her Thursday test in class. It will only show up for her because she's the only one that has a comment here. Now, once I write the pod for that test, I'll come back and click attach the GenoPod for the test for that one day. But you can set it ahead of time and then attach the pod later. And in the directions, I'm going to say something like, click start to take your test. This is a lockdown browser test. So if you haven't already, you must do so first. And what that does is once you attach your GenoPod, there's an opportunity for you to click lockdown browser. And that just means she can't go back and forth in the on the internet to get other information. It makes her browser stay locked on the test. So she can't open up and Google something, Google an answer. She has to use whatever information she has physically in front of her and then on the computer. Now, I understand technology, and I also understand that these girls, while they might be doing the computer on the test on their phone or the pod on their phone, they could very easily do the pod on the computer and have their phone in front of them and Google answers on their phone. Okay? We have to trust our students at a certain point, or just hope that they're not smart enough to figure that out if they take a test online. But I also feel like the very act of looking it up is learning. They're researching. So I'm not going to be too hard on them as long as they actually do the test. So anyway, this is how I can set my assignment so only the person that needs to see it will see it. This test will not show up for Chloe or Morgan or Scarlett or Cara or Lauren. They will not see this GenoPod test ahead of time. So they can't go out and look at it, find the answers before Thursday and cheat. And if you once you attach your GenoPod, if you set it for a start and an end so that they can only take it at a certain time range, you could do that too. But that is how you can set it. so that only one person sees it, the person that needs to see it, and not your other students, so they can't take advantage. And that's all I have. And I wanted to share that, guys, with you because I know we're going to have that situation coming up at Growing in Grace.